What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today we're back, you guessed it, with the Tesla again, because the Tesla videos have been doing really well, and the video of me going all the way to Indiana and back in a snowstorm below freezing, that video has done really well. So I want to thank you all for watching it. And I guess there's been a lot of questions about how is it I managed to go 1,400 miles in below freezing temperatures, and I didn't have any problems with charging or driving? Well, it's because I know how to use an electric car. And a lot of people that are driving these things, they get in them and they act like they're just a regular car. They don't read the owner's manual. They don't learn about them. You need to precondition the battery. It's really important before you go to a supercharger. And you're also not supposed to use these cars on superchargers 24/7. You can, but it's not recommended. And these are cars that you really should treat more like a phone than a car. And for some people, that's just not going to work for them. And I say to those people, this car is not for you. If you live in an apartment complex and you can't charge your car at home, or you don't have a garage, this is probably not the car for you. You should not be relying on supercharging. These cars operate best when you plug them in when they need juice. I can run my Tesla, and mine is super old, super high mileage. I can run this car for 2 or 3 days at a time and never need to charge it. And then when it's time to plug it in, I roll it into the garage, I plug it into my garage, I go to sleep. When I wake up in the morning, I'm good to go for another 2 to 3 days. And it only cost me about $10 for 2 to 3 days worth of driving. And that may seem expensive to some of you, but for me, you got to remember, I drive a lot of miles, guys. It is over 45 miles from my house down to AAR headquarters, and then all the errands I run. I put lots of miles on my vehicle. So we're going to jump into this video. I got something new for the car that I think is going to make it look a little bit better, and I have a couple surprise guests with me today. Look who we got. Santa's Workshop.
Oh.
And you guys haven't seen this man in a while.
I haven't been on YouTube in a while.
Austin Carr. Do you still have a channel, man? What's going on, man?
Yeah, I do, but it's just kind of there.
It's just there.
Yeah.
Well, you're in the middle of some big moves.
Yeah, big moves. So, yep, going from one aviation company to a much larger one out on the East Coast. So, if you know your aviation companies, they have a really big facility in South Carolina. So,
you're not moving. You can't move, Austin. We don't see as it is.
Man, it's too cold here.
Oh, hell. Okay. All right. So he's going to move where it's nice and sunny and...
Right on the beach, 30 minutes away.
I used to live about 30 minutes from the beach. I lived in hell, I don't even remember where it was anymore. I used to go to Atlantic Beach in North Carolina.
Huh.
But I can't remember where I lived. Was it Farmville, North Carolina, or... Oh, it's been many years. Anyway, maybe it's an hour from the beach. Either way, It was super easy to get to the ocean, man. It was...
The ocean, we like lakes, but every time we would go out and take vacation, the beach is where we'd want to be at. So we're taking the plunge. We're doing something different with our lives, and we're moving closer to the coast. So.
Well, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
So this is a goodbye from all of my viewers. And us, for that matter.
Yeah, I mean... Not forever. I'll come back occasionally.
Okay.
I still have people out here that I can, use their house and stuff like that.
You can come stay down here anytime, Austin.
The haunted house?
Yeah.
Of AAR HQ?
The water doesn't work right now, but that's fine. We don't really need water. It's not...
Yeah.
It's not that. There's snow outside. Just scoop it up, put it in the toilet.
River just down the road.
Yeah. You got to go to the bridge. Well, it's frozen right now. So. Well, anyway, listen, if you guys don't know who Austin Carr is, you should go check him out, because you're not going to see him on the channel again for quite a while.
Yeah.
And that is it still just Austin Carr?
Yep, still the same channel. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a going away video or not. But
You should. You should say something.
Yeah, probably should. It's been a while since I've uploaded.
Yeah. Well, go over there, check him out. I'll put a link to his channel below this video, as well as, of course, Santa's Workshop. We'll put a link below. Go subscribe to their channels. And today, this is not going to be a very, I don't want to say it's not entertaining, but yeah, it's not going to be a very entertaining video. What I've got are some new wheels. These wheels are, well, they're original to the car. They have almost 300,000 miles on them. I've got one tire on this side that's bald. I've got a tire on the other side that's got a sidewall that's ready to rip. So it was time for some tires. Now, unfortunately, this cost me quite a bit. The wheels I found at Tire Rack, not sponsored or anything. I paid for these out of my own money. But these are, what are they, Real wheels. These kind of look like the factory 21-inch turbine carbon wheels that came on the Model S Performance, I guess. But these are 19s instead of 21s. And I really wanted to stick with 19s because that is what's on it. These are 19 by 8. These are 19 by 8.5. The tire size is the same. They should be 245, 45, 19. But I went with a very expensive tire. This is a Pirelli P0 all season. This is like a 50,000 mile tire, but it is an electric tire. I mean, the tire's not electric, but it's made for an electric car. It's got a very specific tread compound. It's designed to keep the noise down and extend range. So I got the wheels on sale for 250 bucks a piece on clearance. They're just selling out of them. And the tires are what really cost me. It's over $2,000. I also had to buy sensors. I went ahead and just bought new sensors. I don't know how old the ones in the car are. That was an extra 200 bucks, and of course road force balance and everything. New lug nuts. I've got all new hardware. And I think it's going to look really good. I've got all the suspension components. In fact, I have just about everything I need to put this car together, including that new toe link that has gone bad. We have a bad bushing. Then we have the bolt, because we're going to have to cut the bolt out of the car. I found out through Tesla forums that Tesla accidentally installed these bolts backwards. So you cannot get them out. You have to cut them, otherwise you drop the battery, or you have to drop the whole rear subframe. So everybody just cuts them out and then puts the bolt in the opposite direction. For the front rattling noise, we have two sway bar end links. These were like 50 bucks. This was like, I don't know, $75, $80, something like that. Not super expensive. I should probably fix this today before I put my new wheels and tires on, but I'm not going to. I don't have time for all that today. So what we're going to do is we're just going to throw the wheels and tires on, and we're going to see how it looks. Why don't we get this thing up in the air real quick and see what it looks like underneath after, God, I have put like 2,500 miles on this car, and 1,500 of that was going through snow, salt, and ice. All right, well, let's take a look under the car and see what it looks like after 1,500 miles through the snow and the ice. Boy, that battery pack is insane. I've been under this car before, and it still shocks me every time I get under here and see how big. I mean, let me back up just a bit. Look how big. The battery pack is literally the whole car.
It's literally the whole car.
I mean, you got a little bit of room in the front here, and then battery all the way back.
About that much in the back left.
You know, honestly, it looks really good under here.
It's nice and flat.
And with 300,000 miles, the only thing that I need to replace is the link that sits up there. And some of the people noticed it looked like there was a crack in the frame. I had a lot of people comment that there was a crack where that mount is for that link. And I wanted to clarify something. I had my camera way, way up close, and I zoomed in post. So it made the crack that you saw was actually like a seam for a whole different part of the car. But the way the camera angle was, it made it look like the crack was in the mount for the toe link. I just wanted to clarify, it's absolutely not. That was just the way it looked on camera. So how did this tire fare? It looks like this tire was fine. There's no suspension issues on this side, but we had to swap this tire over because it was going bald on the inside. Because of the bad toe link over here, we have a lot of, we have an alignment issue on this side of the car. Thankfully, this tire still looks perfectly fine. So I'm not too worried about putting the new tires on here. I'll fix that in an upcoming video. We'll get into it. I've got a few things I need to still repair on this car, including the backup camera and the heater. I forgot about that. The PTC heater, even though we got it working with a toggle switch, we definitely want to install this. And that is the PTC heater. I bought it used on eBay, and it was only like, it was $139. That's it. 139 bucks. So you can work on these yourself, contrary to what everybody tells you. Popular belief is that you have to have special tools, special equipment. You can't fix these cars. It's a car, guys. It's an electric car. You can literally fix this yourself. And here's the great thing. I've had a lot of people say, what are you going to do if the motor goes bad? Motor sits right here. Right here. You know what I would do? What would you, if you owned this car and a $20,000 battery went bad on it, what would you do? Would you junk it? Would you fix it? Like, what would your plan be?
I mean, the real question is how much usability is still left in the car.
Well, yeah, the overall car. Yeah.
The overall car. Yeah. So, I mean, if it justifies purchasing it, cool. If not, then, I mean, what would the insurance companies do?
Well, they would send it straight to the auto. What would you do, Santa? Where are you? There you are.
Buy a couple of cell phones and plug them into it.
Those juice packs.
There you go.
USB, plug it in. USB, plug it in.
Get a couple of jump packs, hook one to each wheel.
Well, here's my idea. This car still has a ton of life left in it. I mean, a ton of life. And the battery is new, so that's not an issue.
Nice.
But if I had an issue like that where the battery went bad, I'd buy another Tesla from a salvage yard. That's what I do, and I take my chances. I'd go buy one that's wrecked in the front heavily, because that way, not only do you get the new used battery, but you also get the drive unit.
Now,
So buy another performance edition, and then I've got spare parts laying around with an entire rear subframe, suspension components, everything that I could need to put the car back together if something fails later.
now, question, isn't there companies that will take the battery and find the dead cells and
Yep.
replace them?
Yep, for about $5,000.
Okay, well then that's...
I mean, worst case scenario, do that. It's only $5. That's what a standard cost for an engine swap would be.
Yeah.
yeah.
Minimum.
And the motor, if you wanted a new motor, they're between $5,000 and $7,000, which I mean is still about the cost of probably most four-cylinder engines.
And
Brand new.
honestly,
Brand new,
how often does the motors go bad?
Well, this car has 272,000 miles, and it's had one motor, and that was under warranty. So that would have been a long time ago that it was still under warranty. Yeah. So yeah, one motor, one battery, and almost 300,000 miles. But remember, these cars are the devil's work. They're here to destroy the world, and they're awful.
I don't think it's the cars that we should be as worried about. I think it's more the infrastructure, but
I agree with that 100%.
that's a different discussion point. It's not the car.
Now, with that said, obviously, you know, the federal government is stepping in, and even on the state level, you've got places like California outlawing the sale. Diesel trucks are no longer allowed to be sold in California. That's over now as of January 1, 2024. The federal government is also trying to get rid of gasoline cars. And then you've got states that are, I think California also just recently outlawed the sale of gasoline cars after 2035.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be California, you know. So I understand that people hate these cars because they're basically being forced down your throat, man. They're trying to force people out of gas cars and force them into electric. And as somebody that loves my gasoline cars, I get it. I don't like people forcing me to buy something that I don't want to buy. But also, as a car enthusiast, I love cars.
They're still interesting vehicles. That's the thing.
Right?
They're still interesting. The torque that they put out is incredible.
Great, it's crazy. Instant torque, one gear, one speed. Just my new Tesla 0 to 60, 3.1, and that's just a regular. That's not a performance. That's that's insane.
Yep.
Well, that one Tesla you had that I got to drive, I literally felt my eyeballs touch the back of my skull.
That was my Model 3 performance.
Well, I went with you. I think when you purchased or when you went and got your very first Tesla from when you had the Champagne F-150 a long time
I remember
ago.
that. That was my P90D that I
it
bought
was
from,
the
I think,
P90D.
Toyota. Was it a Toyota
Yep.
dealership way up on the expressway? Mm-hmm. That car was...
That thing threw you back, your stomach went to your spine, and yeah, it was interesting.
That
We weren't even in the sport mode.
No, it had insanity. That one, and I found out that everybody's like, it's called ludicrous. No. They had different modes. My car was not equipped with ludicrous. That was an added expense that you had to pay.
Yeah.
Someone cheaped out and they got the insanity modes.
Wasn't the top of the
Right.
line.
It gives you like 50% more power, whereas ludicrous is like all of it.
All of it at the time, yeah.
So I mean, you see videos all the time of people keying Teslas, like they walk by them, they just key them.
I don't understand that.
I don't need, because the people that are buying them are not the ones. Most of us are not out here trying to force you. I'm not trying to force you to buy a Tesla. I don't care if you do or not. I'm just showing you my experience, and I'm telling you why I enjoy driving them. I think they're great, but, you know, I'm not down with forcing people to buy something they don't want. I'm not down with outlawing gas. And let me tell you something. For the Tesla lovers, the EV lovers out there, if you knew what it took to make a battery pack for one of these, if you knew about the child labor that was involved,
The mining
from our enemies, we're literally buying this from our enemies, not our allies.
Yeah.
The whole process is bad. And where does a lot of your electricity come from to charge these cars?
Cold, natural gas.
So what I'm trying to say is that I know all of the negatives of this car. I really do. I get it. But I mean, if you charge it at home, it's that's the other reason I love the car. Number one, they're full of tech, and I'm a tech guy, and I love tech. So that it's like a rolling phone. I love the tech in these things, man, and I love how fast they are. I think they look phenomenal.
They're not bad looking cars.
So for me, like, in charging, that's the thing. Like, driving this car costs me almost nothing, and I still get the full tax deduction off of my taxes. I still get the 54, 56 cents a mile deduction, but I don't pay anything for it. This car was $7,800. It didn't really cost me anything. The parts that I need to put in it aren't going to cost me much of anything. And worst case scenario, I can always go find another junk Tesla, buy it for next to nothing at Copart or IAA.
New battery, new drive.
Right. Drag it over here, drop everything out from under it, and keep it in a corner until I need it. So for me, I get that the average consumer is not going to pull a battery and a motor out of their car.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, for me personally,
If you had the means, you could do it.
yes. Dude, let me tell you, I watched a guy, I wish I knew the name of his channel because he motivated me. He was out in his backyard in the grass. He dropped the whole rear drive unit, subframe and all. Like, dude, I was like, come on, man. If this man can do this in his backyard with some 2x4s and jack stands,
I can do it in my shop.
come on. If you are at all capable of working on a car, you can do that with it. The beautiful thing about this is you don't have to swap like the engine. There's not all the... It's really just the subframe. If you drop the subframe, it comes with the motor. All of the suspension, the axles, everything is already just right here. You just unbolt it, drop it out, and you could slide it right into a new car. For me, I don't know. I personally enjoy the car. I really do. I love this car, so much so that I bought a new one. I know. It's makes no sense. Don't ask about my financial, what should I call myself? Irresponsibilities? Just let's not,
probably right.
We won't get into that. But I just bought well, it's not new. It's slightly used. I bought a 2021. It's supposed to be a refresh. I haven't gotten it yet. I have to drive to Kansas City, Missouri to go pick it up. Unfortunately, Tesla may have sold me the wrong car.
Oh.
I won't know until I get there. The pictures have the old body style, but it has the yoke and the refreshed interior. I was not aware that that wasn't a thing. The new body style is different. It's completely different from this, and you cannot get the new interior on the old body. So either Tesla put the wrong pictures in there, or they sold me the wrong car. And I won't know until I'm 5.5 hours away from here in the freezing cold to take delivery.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's actually happening for me tomorrow. I'm going to be going to Kansas City, Missouri, and we will find out if I just spent $55,000 on the latest and greatest technology, which is what I bought, or if they're going to try to sell me an old car, but for the newer car price.
Something you already have.
Yes, basically, that's what I said. I mean, I get that. Okay, so in the newer body style, this weird little hump right here in the middle, like this mustache or whatever, is not there. It's just a solid bumper now. But aside from that, it's the same car. The interior is the same. That's another thing I like about it. They don't really change for like 10 years or so. You know, there's not much going on. But the new one's supposed to have better batteries. It's got more. It's got better motors for sure, and it's dual motor, so it's all-wheel drive. There's a lot about the new one that I liked, and that's why I bought it. So if it's an old one, obviously I'm going to have to make a video saying Tesla screwed me. And I'm not going to buy the car. All right, let's get these wheels on. Here's another interesting thing. Let me show you something. Take a look at these lug nuts. Austin, what size do you think these are?
Well, really big.
Yes.
And it'd have to be a thin-walled socket.
Bingo.
There's no room there.
Exactly. So they are actually like a 25 mil.
Oh, oof.
And I don't own a socket that is a thin wall 25 mil socket.
Yeah, those are kind of hard to come by.
So I ended up with like a 1 3/4 inch socket, and I managed to get it in there, and I zinged it, and let me show you what I found.
Covers.
Oh, you're kidding.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking.
At least
Covers.
It looks nice.
Not bad for 300,000 miles. Tesla makes good stuff, guys.
It's stood the testament of time for sure.
Yes.
At least distance. Distance.
Yeah, for sure.
That
And in there, they're actually just 21s.
Easy.
We'll be replacing those with normal lug nuts for these wheels.
and that is some very thin plastic too.
Yeah, it's... Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know how they don't fly off.
Oh my gosh.
It is plastic, right? It is
Yeah.
plastic, yeah.
Plastic covered with
it's chrome
metal.
plated plastic.
Yeah, you can even see in there.
Corrosion and stuff going on in there, too.
They
from
didn't get all the plastic coated.
Yeah.
in there.
It's even got a little part number
Yeah.
in there, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get this car lowered down, guys. We're going to swap it out with these wheels, and I hope they look as good as I expect them to. If they don't, I've got a couple options. One option is maybe to send these to Brian at the Auto Spa and have him powder coat them gloss black. I think gloss black would honestly look really good on this. But this color might work. If it works, great. If it doesn't, then, you know, no big deal. Then the other thing that I'm trying to figure out is the new Tesla is supposed to have the 21-inch. Well, it should have arachnids, but according to Tesla, it has the old wheels, which are the twin carbon turbine wheels. 21s in Oklahoma, I don't think are going to do very good. And Teslas are kind of notorious for eating the tires on 21s.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's so you're usually better off. So I may end up just buying, before they sell out, I may end up buying a whole nother set of these
Right.
wheels and tires and just swapping the 19s out for the 21s. And I could sell the 21s. Those are probably worth a couple $1,000s.
Oh.
It's a $4,500 option. The wheel and tires. Yeah, so I could probably get a couple grand
Yeah.
out of those and then put some 19s on it. And the 19s give you, on the new Tesla, you get 405 miles of range. Versus this one, you get around 260. So that's a game changer. And it charges 3 times faster. You charge at 200 miles every 15 minutes in the new Tesla.
Up to 80%.
Up to 80.
Then it slows down.
Up to 80. So, I mean, the new car is a game changer. This one, charging did not take that long. You know, 30, 35 minutes, sometimes 40 minutes. One time was 1 hour, and I was pissed. The hour one really sucked. But aside from that, every other one was usually between, it's like stay for 15, 20 minutes, and I would stay for 20 to 30 just to give myself a little added juice for the cold. Never had a problem. Let's put these new wheels on. They're a little bit lighter than the ones that are on it, so maybe these will give us a little bit more range. I got help today. This is like the pit crew at NASCAR, man. Austin's zipping off the wheels. Santa's got the lug nuts, and I'm holding the camera. Well, that sounded like those were on there. Yeah, that was me.
Couple Octanuggets.
Yeah, I put those on there, so let's see how these look. Please fit number 1. Oh, man. That looks pretty good. Uh-oh.
It's not wanting to seat up on that.
Uh-oh. Well, hopefully the bore size is the same. I'm sure it is, right?
I would think so.
Well, let's get these tires on here, guys, and we'll compare the front to the back. Well, there it is. They're the same diameter wheel, although for some reason it seems to me like the front looks bigger, but it's not.
Well, it's up in the air too.
Yeah, it is up in the air. The wheel looks bigger, at least on camera, in the front than it does in the back. But they're the same size. There it is. You guys can comment below and tell me if you like the wheels or not. I mean, I couldn't pass them up for $250. And they're slightly lighter, half a pound lighter per wheel. I know that doesn't equate to a whole lot, but it counts for something. And I think we definitely have some better tires. The Pirellis, I mean, I'm a big fan of Michelin. And these are good. These are the Primacy MXM4. So, I mean, these are really good tires. But I think maybe the Pirelli is going to be a little bit better. I like that, man. I really do. I just wish... You see how the blades are chopping the air when you're going down the road? You know, I think that looks pretty clean. The problem I have is they should have made opposite wheels for the passenger side, because on the passenger side, you got the blades chopping the wrong way, man. They're literally, Austin said they're slapping the air. You know, instead of cutting through the air, they're just kind of slapping it. They should have been backwards. I mean, unless it's something you really look at and think about, and how many people are going to look at the car and be like, those wheels are...
They're turning the wrong way.
A few people on YouTube will definitely be commenting about how awful that is, but I think they look good.
Well, the thing about it is, if it's slapping the wind too much, you'll feel a little tug on the steering wheel.
Yeah, to start pulling to the right. Start pulling to the right because the aerodynamics are off. I bet it drives just fine. All right, guys, I'm going to put the front down. We're going to jack the back up, swap out those rear wheels, and then I think we're done. But definitely comment below and tell me what you think. Front wheels or the back wheels? What would you do? All right, well, here you go. So it's a done deal now. You guys can comment below and tell me what you think. So my first thoughts are I actually really like it, and I say that with a surprised tone in my voice because I didn't think I was going to like that. What is that? Is that charcoal?
Yeah.
Charcoal. In between a charcoal and a gunmetal.
Yeah.
Ah, gunmetal. I hadn't even thought of that. Yeah. So I wasn't sure I was going to like the color, so I always had the option of getting them powder coated gloss black, and that's what I intended to do. But now that I'm looking at it, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Gloss black or the charcoal color that's on it now? What are you thought?
I think this goes with that silver really well.
I think it does. See, what do you think?
It's a good contrast.
Yeah.
I do. I think black would be like looking into a black hole of the
Yeah,
wheel well.
yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Not saying it wouldn't look good, but I kind of like how it's got the contrast to the gray that's already on the car.
What do you think compared to the originals?
Well, these were just trash.
Pretty heavy use.
I prefer the design of those anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that turbine style just kind of, I mean, I don't know. There's something about it. Tesla actually had that style for this car, but like I said earlier, those were 21s, and they were kind of notorious for being fragile, and Oklahoma roads would not go well with fragile wheels, and they are notorious for eating tires. So I guess I should probably check the air pressure. It's supposed to be about 45. I'm sure Tire Rack aired them up appropriately, but it doesn't hurt to check. I've already done the reset on the TPMS. The good thing is, so much with these cars you can do yourself. Like service mode, you don't even have to have a scan tool. The computer,
put it in the mode?
you just put it in service mode. You hold down a certain spot on the screen. It asks for your code, and you type in service.
Most of the cars nowadays, you need like a whole OBD2 reader,
Yeah.
or one of the really fancy like Maxxis Elites.
Yeah.
Well, heck, it is a scan tool.
Yes, exactly. It is a scan tool. But used to, see, there's so much misconception about these cars. And again, I'm not trying to sell them to anyone, but I'm trying to clear up some misconceptions because I think it's important to understand what you're talking about instead of just bashing something that you don't even know what you're talking about, you know? Tesla used to be very proprietary. You could not access systems. You could not work on these. There was no third party that could work on them. Nothing. It was Tesla or nothing.
Right.
Well, that has changed over the last several years. Tesla's opened these things up. They actually have something called, I think it's called the toolbox or the toolkit or something like that. Shops, independent shops, can pay monthly like you would for any Ford subscription or Chrysler subscription. You pay the monthly fee and they open the whole car up to you.
Oh, wow.
You can do all the diagnostic reprogram. In fact, without a subscription, I have reprogrammed every module in this car. When it first started throwing codes, normally, you're right, you would need I've got the scan tool, and they're thousands of dollars. I would have needed that. But because Tesla's opened the car up, I was able to go into service mode, and it asks you if you want to reprogram one module or all. Because I was having so many weird issues with the cars, I thought maybe it had been electric related, like with the battery or something. So I wiped them all out, and I reprogrammed them all, and the car did it for me. All I had to do was push the button and tell it to do it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. So yes, back in the day, you could not get it fixed. You had to go to Tesla. Third parties couldn't work on. But today, Tesla has opened their cars up to service center. There are legitimate third-party service centers that can work on and repair your Tesla. They also can do body work. Used to, that was a Tesla-only thing. Yeah. There are third-party facilities that are Tesla authorized to do the body and paint work on these cars now.
Oh, wow.
So things have changed, times have changed. This isn't 2012 or 2013 anymore. The problem is they got so much bad publicity, so much bad press back in the day that it's stuck. And once you get that stigma stuck to you, it's so hard to get rid of it because all people remember when they hear Tesla is all the bad stuff they heard about it back in the day. It's just not the same. Well, guys, we're going to have to get out of here. I hope you like the new wheels. I'm going to go ahead and check the air pressure and the tires before I get out of here. But Austin's got to go. I've got a date with my mom. And Santa, what are you doing?
I guess I want to go fire up a heater and do some work in the shop.
Oh, Lord, don't do that. Go watch TV.
Sounds like there might be a video coming.
That's what I would do if I...
I hope so.
I can't say anything. I can't say anything. I'm sorry.
I'll try to do at least one a week if I can.
Well, we know you got some. Well, you've been sick as a dog for the last. How long? You got bronchitis?
I had that RSV back during December, which I piled on the pills and killed it quick.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't quit Santa. And then right after Christmas, I got bronchitis.
Yeah.
And I'm still, you can hear it in my voice every once in a while.
You sound a lot better now, though. You were, you sounded pretty bad, man. I was like, God, I hope he's all right.
Oh yeah, it's all good. I'm on an inhaler, which is helping my breathing overall.
Yeah.
So asthma might have been my wheezing problem.
Okay.
So we'll find out.
We'll go make a video. Because
I will try.
I'm ready to watch it. And Austin, man, I hate saying goodbye, man, but
I know.
damn it, Austin.
Halfway across the country, it's going to be a little bit harder to make videos.
Damn it, Austin.
I know.
Well, we didn't get to hardly see you as it was, man, but it's like at least you were here. You know, that's what it is. It's like, well, I know he's here, though. Now it's like he ain't here.
Yeah.
We cannot go to lunch. You cannot just run down here to Byers. Like, you are...
I mean, we love doing that when we were working during the summertime and stuff.
Yeah.
The jobs that I had before, but with the new job, it was, hey, every day is work kind of thing.
Austin, you grew up, man.
I know.
You got married?
Had to start adulting, get married.
Oh.
Damn it, we lost one.
Oh.
We lost one.
All right, I'm out.
Black armbands for a month.
Okay, we're gonna wear little Austin bands
In remembrance.
in remembrance of Austin. No, I'm happy for you, man. Honestly, it's sad to see you go, but I know you're moving on to bigger, better things.
Yeah.
You've got. I mean, you're really making big moves in your
and I
life.
still-
Big moves.
I still
Your wife
have
too.
Yeah, for sure.
Both of you.
Yeah.
You're making some really big moves
Yeah.
in your life,
still
man.
have
So
that YouTube channel, so I still plan on doing something with it.
Yeah.
But I want to keep it car related because that's what my focus
Yeah.
is on it. But you never know, there might be a second channel for like daily life stuff. I don't know.
I would just try everything on, just see what happens.
Yeah, you never know.
I mean, worst thing happens, people are going to be like, "This is a car channel." And you could, make it.
Okay, well, I'll make a second channel. Let's do something else.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay subscribed to your channel, man, and hopefully,
yeah.
hopefully you got some new stuff coming out soon. I think it'd be cool to see some vlogs of your, your new life and things you got going on. I think that'd be really interesting, and I think it helps motivate people too.
Oh yeah.
Because especially in the way the economy is right now, like.
Yeah.
It's rough. So to see somebody moving up in the world and actually making progress, it's positive vibes, man. It gives people hope.
It just it shows that it's possible.
Yeah. If what he's saying is, if Austin could do it, anybody can do it.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. He's doing some pretty big stuff, man. It's not for small potatoes.
No, it's
Very cool, man.
going from something small to something much larger.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Very cool. I always hate seeing friends have to leave, man. But at the same time, when they're doing something positive,
Yeah.
how can you hate on that, man?
Yeah.
And at his age, I mean, that's...
How old are you, Austin? 21?
No. Give me that much. I've been drinking for a while. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I'm able to
Say hi to your mom and dad.
Hi, Mom.
He's been drinking for a while, mom and dad.
27.
27.
What?
I'll be turning 28 in November of 24. So.
No kidding.
That just really hurts me.
Yeah, because you're like 73, right?
I'm double his age.
You're Biden's age.
Oh,
No. You're way better health though, Michael. At least you can speak and remember things. I shouldn't put that on video. I just lost 50% of my subscriber base. Snap, probably all my sponsors are gone. That's okay. I don't care. No, we know that he's not in his 70s. You're still young.
I'm this far from 60. So,
Oh, okay. So
and I'm double his age.
all right. Well,
Easy. See, I got plenty of time.
yeah, and I'll be 50 in 7 years. I'm almost with you, right? I'm almost your age, Santa.
Oh, just
I'm kind of in the middle. I'm kind of between you and you.
But the progression of knowledge can be seen, moving up in the ages too. So there's that.
Well, I think it goes backwardly. Yeah, you can see like the older people are the ones that were really smart, and as we get younger, the society kind of gets dumber.
Are you calling me?
Stupid.
Sorry. Too long.
We're just having fun, guys. Hopefully nobody. Hold on. How do I turn this damn thing around? There we go. Hopefully none of you take any of this too seriously. It's all just joking around. Nobody's seriously making fun of. Well, except for the guy the Richmond, north of Richmond guy.
Yeah. But we're not really making fun of anybody that's here.
Anybody else, we're not making fun of, just that one guy.
We are equal opportunity politicians. We make fun of them all.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because that's the great thing about well, it's a great thing that used to be about friends and family is you could have different political beliefs. You could all joke about it, make fun of each other, and maybe you got butt hurt once or twice. But it never went any further than that. Yeah. Now today it's like, I'm never talking to you. People are walking away from their, I know this isn't a political channel and I ain't trying to make it one, but it's sad to see people walking away from their family and like their friends of 20, 30, 40 years because they have different beliefs. Like that's when it just blows my mind.
I mean, we've been friends for a while. We've shared many different views on not just political stuff,
religion and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. And guess what? Though I might not have shared the same views as Randy or Michael, we're still standing here talking, best friends.
And
or Mike from Mike or Monkey Wrench Mike.
Oh,
he's way out.
Yeah,
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm joking. See, he's agreeing. He don't even know what I'm talking about yet.
This is why I'm young.
I'm kidding, Monkey Wrench Mike. I'm just kidding.
It's all that drinking.
But yeah, it's all that drinking you did.
All the 6 years of drinking from 21.
It's all in fun, you know. You just joke around, have fun, laugh at each other, and it's fine. You shouldn't be like, I'm never talking to my mother, my father, my best friend again because they believe different than me. Look, I believe different than a lot of people in my family on almost everything. I still keep in touch with them, and occasionally I poke. We have a little. They poke back, and we move on. It's fun. I don't understand. Why would you let something so small affect your personal relationships in your life?
Yeah.
I don't know.
At the end, we're all just people. Your views are your views, and we're not going to change that.
As long as you ain't hurting anybody, who cares?
Exactly.
Who cares?
Who cares? All right, with that, guys, we're going to get out of here. Like I said, go check out Austin Carr. Please put a link below this video and say goodbye to him. Hopefully, not goodbye. See you soon.
Yeah, see you soon.
See you soon.
Or see you next time.
See you in the future?
See you sometime. We'll see you again someday.
We'll see you later, alligator.
And he's not going anywhere. This guy's still pumping out videos. He's right here. So go subscribe to Santa's Workshop as well. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, well, do me a solid. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, and drop your comments below. Till next time, everybody, stay safe out there. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one. Adios.